Good evening and welcome to the war, the information war. I'm DLAKE for PREZ, reporting for themediaspeaks.com. David Lake reporting. Right. Oh, what? You got a problem with that? A-hole, NSA spy, Big Brother? Big Brother, you got a problem, Big Brother? Little brother's gonna kick your ass, Big Brother. All right. Better not play the whole entire theme song. I don't want to get a copyright infringement on this awesome video. Title tonight, Bill Binney for President 2016. That's Bill Binney. Okay, it's not William Binney. Okay. Might be William Binney. I should have titled this video William Binney. But Mr. Binney is now going by Bill Binney. But I would like, me personally, DLAKE for PREZ, I would like to elect Mr. Binney to run for president of the United States in 2016. DLAKE, that sounds like a fucking Mission Impossible. Take a look at my screen share, why don't we? I actually did a report about Mr. Binney, who I called Binney when I did the report. Watch now. Okay, DLAKE for PREZ, there I am in my Daywalker attire. Published originally on December 4th, 2012. Well, DLAKE, jeez, it's going on over 2 years. December 4th, end of 2015. That'll be 3 years ago. So over 2 years ago. Tonight, everyone is under virtual surveillance. NSA whistleblower William Binney talks about the Buffdale Facility to store your electronic communications. He is a massive NSA whistleblower, and he should be the president. We're going to get into it tonight. DLAKE contrasts the NSA plan with the invention of self-destruct messages. That's right. On this particular broadcast, I was talking about the Buffdale Facility, which I called the Buffdale Facility, thanks to RT and their reporting and written transcript of what Mr. Binney said. And let me play this. I was calling him Binney. Back on December 4th, 2012, going on 2 years plus before InfoWars has Mr. Binney in studio, and Mikhail Thalen gets to meet him, and I've interviewed Mikhail. I mean, for the longest time, he was coming up. Look, I go to my page. He comes up like one of my top friends. Oh, there he is, my number one friend. There's my number one friend, Mikhail. I don't know how we're so syncopated and related according to Facebook. I mean, I've talked to this guy, I can count the times on my hand. Kyle Phillips, of course, my co-partner in news on the Media Speaks, who invented the Media Speaks. I mean, I'm just lucky to be a part of it, okay? Let's go back to some of your reporting back in December 4th, 2012, after you had joined the Media Speaks, DLAKE, when you didn't win that contest at InfoWars. But I guess Mikhail did. Whistleblower William Binney knows all about it. The FBI has the emails of nearly all U.S. citizens, including congressional members, according to NSA whistleblower William Binney speaking to RT. He warned that. See how I was saying Binney instead of Binney? Apparently it's Binney. My bad. December 4th, 2012. Government can use information against anyone it wants. Right. Take a look at General Petraeus. They got into his private emails, read the drafts even. And Allen, they're taking him down. RT asks,
In light of the PREZ Allen scandal, while the public is so focused on the details of their family drama and extramarital affairs, one
talking about the David Petraeus scandal. I was back then.
May argue that the real scandal in this
remixed it with a bunch of cool Mission Impossible music and video.
Whole story is the power, the reach of the surveillance state. I mean, if we take
DLAKE almost 1,500 views, 9 people like it and no one dislikes it. Thank you,
General Allen. Thousands of his personal emails have been sifted through private correspondence. It's not like any of those men was planning an attack on America. Does the scandal prove the notion that there is no such thing as privacy in a surveillance state?
Mixed in.
William Binney answers.
Bill Binney, President 2016. Still going to get to that. Here we go.
Yes, that's what I've basically been saying for quite some time, is that the FBI has access to the data collected, which is basically the emails of virtually everybody in the country. And the FBI has access to it. All the congressional members are on the surveillance too. No one is excluded. They are all included. So yes, this can happen to anyone if they become a target for whatever reason they are targeted by the government. The government can go in, or the FBI, or other agencies of the government, they can go into their database, pull all the data collected on them over the years, and we analyze it all.
Right. Brilliant quotes from NSA Whistleblower, and just recently, as of today, by Mikhail Phelan at Infowars.com, NSA Whistleblower, William Binney, Bill Binney, who we're talking about tonight, he says, quote, "We're no longer a country with a government. We're a government with a country. Former high-level intelligence officer warns of totalitarian slide into a controlled society." I have the video queued up. Here we go.
I basically see us moving to a controlled society.
A totalitarian state where the government wants to be in charge, Binney stated. When Reagan said we're a country with a government, I think we're now a government with a country. Man, he's highlighting the NSA's continued deception on scope and scale of domestic and international surveillance programs. Binney pointed to historically dangerous talking points currently used by the agency to keep the American public in the dark. Okay, if we're going to win this information war, we need to shed some light on these things. Let's listen to Bill Binney. That's how he introduces himself here. Excuse me, it's William Binney. I'm going to have to go back and retitle my video. William Binney's heartfelt plea to the American people. Because, look, I mean, I prefer Bill Binney, but we don't want another Bill in the White House like Bill Clinton. We don't want another Clinton in the White House. We don't want another Bush in the White House. According to the Drudge Report today, ladies and gentlemen, a poll says 54% of Americans want a fresh face in 2016. 54% of those polled. Democratic support for Hillary softens. I'm just reading the headlines. 50 Shades of Grey. Producer spanks. Not for president. We might have to click on that one. What an enticing headline. New Hampshire voters pan Bush. Okay. They're like all the preliminary early voting, like the Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, those early states where presidential candidates want to present themselves. They want to sit in people's living rooms. People want them to sit in their living rooms. South Carolina, they want them to sit down and say a prayer with them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, DLAKE, I'm maybe not the most religious person, but I'll sit down and pray with you if that's what you want from me for president. I don't know. But Rand Paul just announced that he is it was just reported that he just filed the necessary paperwork to initiate a presidential campaign. You know what I'm saying, right? I mean, he just announced he's going to run for president. Come on! When Hillary does it, it's going to be like, oh, Yo to the yo, Hillary. Remember when I did that video about that country song? That came out months ago. That was well before the email scandal, DLAKE. That was before email gate, DLAKE. When that country guy singer. Okay, I'm getting way off track here. I'm so far from Bill Binney, but you know what? This conversation is going to be recorded by the NSA, right? Right, Bill? Right, William Binney? Let's go back to my screen share and get back into what we were talking about. Bill Binney for president. My nigga. Here we go. Special thanks to Infowars.com for this brilliant interview. And I mean, I really like this guy. Binney also passionately laid out steps the American people could take to reverse the NSA's growing worldwide control grid during the remainder of his interview. And I think that's what we're about to watch. Let's take a look.
Well, this is Bill Binney sitting in for Alex Jones. He's giving me...
Oh, Bill Binney. Hey, it's Bill. Hey, what up, my brother?
In for Alex Jones. He's giving me a segment here.
For Alex?
State my concerns about the...
Oh, thanks, Bill. I never got a segment on InfoWars. Thanks, pal. I mean, I did my own videos, like Alex says every day. Why don't you make your own YouTube channel? And if you come onto my YouTube channel and you have no videos in your channel, don't comment on my channel. Don't comment on my shit unless you have shit that I can go look at. Sorry for using the SH term, but you know what I'm saying.
To you, the American public.
I don't want to hear from the fans in the stands. I want to hear from the other players on the field. Let's do this.
What I feel we need to do in terms of combating and
like
changing
Bill.
the course that
Bill
our government's taken.
Yeah.
And from the arguments the government puts forward, they say they're doing this for security of the people of the United States, and they're doing it for terrorism to try to prevent it. And you have to give up your security, your privacy, for them to be able to do that. And that's just an outright lie, first of all.
Oh, wait, you have to give up your security for liberty? Or I'm trying to follow you, but imagine if this was our next president of the United States. Okay, he's not wearing a fancy suit right here. He's wearing a casual dress shirt. Yeah, he's not wearing a wig. He's just, you know, I mean, look, I don't have the best hairline either. Okay? You know? What's the matter with you guys? He looks too much like Nixon versus I mean, if he's sitting next to JFK, yeah, of course he's not going to look as good. But come on, we're past that. It's 2015. This should be the president.
Oh. And secondly, what's really
he's got a cute stutter. Women like that about him, but he's confident at the same time. He always breaks through his sentences.
Happening by taking in this bulk data, it's really overburdening their analysts in the NSA, CIA, all over the world. And so they can't really stop these events of terrorism, like the bombings in Boston or the shooting in Paris or in Copenhagen or the Fort Hood shooter or any of that, because their analysts are so burdened with data. They use a dictionary select type approach, which is fundamentally a Google approach. That means that when they do their daily polls, they use their dictionary select, and they get like a Google return. Well, that's hundreds of thousands or even a million.
Isn't that what Snopes does, Mr. Binney?
Million returns. No analyst could make it through all that data in any day, and the next day they get.
Well, I mean, come on. One issue at a time, sir.
An equivalent amount. So that means they're making themselves totally dysfunctional, and that's just not true for NSA. That's also true in GCHQ and around the world, because all these.
To sum up what Mr. Binney is saying right here, or to just try to encapsulate it, if I could jump in here, since it's my show and I don't want to just, you know, sit back and watch this with you when you can go watch it on your own time. But and it's something that he said before, so I'm paraphrasing. Like, if you're trying to find a needle in a haystack, it does not help to just keep piling on more fucking hay. Okay.
Are adopting the same procedures instead of taking a focused approach, which would make a rich environment of content to be able to manage and analyze. That would make them successful. So fundamentally, they're exposing people to more risk. They're not actually protecting you. They're making it more risky for you. You're losing security because of this procedure they've adopted. So
a legendary whistleblower, he actually, to my knowledge, retired or quit after incidences where other intergovernmental department agencies were investigating his work and study, Mr. Binney's studies, but also that it was just actually shortly after 9/11. And if you're familiar with like the Patriot Act, which is not so patriotic, the Patriot Act for a basically a general within the NSA, Mr. Binney, he became a whistleblower when he saw the writing on the wall, the foreshadowing. After 9/11 and the new powers granted and the NSA's agenda sort of being progressively moved forward, his observation of that is what led to his just blowing the whistle. Blowing the mother effing whistle. I think I have another report. I have another report somewhere on here. I mean, it's like DLAKE, you've been covering this for years. Maybe that's why you and Mikhail are best buddies on Facebook. I don't know. But yeah, I've been covering it. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle on him, Bill Binney, William Binney, however you want to say it, however you want to play it. I mean, you say tomato, I say tomato.
The point is, from my perspective, I keep arguing, and we've other NSA whistleblowers and I have made suggestions on how to do this to the government.
Like Drake?
But the president has not adopted those techniques, and nor have any
I
of
used
the
to get
intelligence agencies.
back when I was putting my other.
There is too much money in this process of doing bulk acquisition of data.
Back when I was putting out my reports on Binney, like blow the whistle on him and watch now where this message will self-destruct, Buffdale Facility versus Wickr, featuring William Binney, as I called him at the time. But long story short, this guy for president. Fuck the Bush versus Hillary left-right paradigm. I'm not going for that two-headed dragon. Okay? Just we're not even going to talk about that tonight. Maybe we should. Okay. Bush versus Clinton, and it's all over Drudge Report right now. Should I go back to that link? But it's two-headed dragon, two-headed snake. No, it's not even dragons are cool. It's a snake. I mean, snakes are cool, but they're still kind of scaly and funky and nasty, and you don't want to wake up with one in your bed, so shut the fuck up.
That's their motive, to get to keep having the money flow and keep that going. So there's changing that particular procedure is rather difficult even within government, because this money comes out and goes to corporations that are in the constituent areas of the representatives and senators. So they have a vested interest in also keeping this going. So the only
wait a second, Caligula.
way to do it is to raise up as a public. We have to start standing up as Americans. Americans aren't supposed to sit back and let things happen and let government do what it does. We're supposed to be
we're supposed to be on our Facebooks and sharing all our information so the NSA can scoop up, gather it. I mean, we should be making phone calls on our electronic devices so that information can be collected. They can know what our next move is going to be. So Amazon can predict what we're going to purchase next and drone fly to our house immediately.
Out there challenging. We have to be participating in our democracy and republic. We cannot sit by and let
democracy and republic. I don't know. I want you for president. I'm glad you included the republic. No one else does. We're not a democracy in the United States of America. We are a republic. Thank you.
These things happen and be quiet. If we do, we're going to get this totalitarian state that we're sliding toward.
Totalitarian.
Right now. I mean, so that's really the basic issue that I have to convey to you, that you need to stand up. And how could you do that? You can't sit there and say you don't have you don't have any power. You really do have power, and the power is to talk to your analysts or to your representatives and senators and complain to them and make sure that this is a major concern to you.
Interesting. I like that approach. It's starting to sound like your stump speech. That's good. I like it, Bill. I like it, William. Binney. I think you should run for president. You could be Bill Binney, William Binney, William Binney, and Bill Binney. You could have 4 names, just like DLAKE 4 PREZ. Thank you.
And when they come around to give you town meetings and talk to you and to get your vote, stand up and address them and make them publicly come out with a statement of their position on this issue. If you don't, I mean, they're going to continue doing what they are doing right now. They simply say they're assuming because now if you're not complaining, they're assuming that you're okay with everything they do, or they feel they can do anything and the country will accept it. And as long as they keep saying things and not telling the truth and exposing what's really going on, they can keep you in the dark.
Okay, we're going to need presidential candidate William Binney some throat lozenges, because those coughs, intermittent throat coughing isn't going to go well during your presidential debates. But I would love to see you in the campaign and in the running, sir. I like all your points of view. I like your fancy dress shirt. And I believe that you are an honest gentleman. And I appreciate your whistleblowing. Let's hear some more from you, sir.
You'll never know. So that's why you have to get up, stand up, challenge them. I mean, after all, they're even addressing the free press we're supposed to have, like with Jim Risen and Jim Rosen of the AP and various other reporting journalists, investigative journalists. They're
AP is suing Hillary Clinton, or suing. Who are they suing exactly? I mean, they couldn't get their FOIA requests answered in any way because of Hillary Clinton's private email server. Bill, address that. I mean, William. I mean, it sounds wrong when you say it like that, but okay. Mr. Binney, please.
They're shutting down their sources of information and keeping them quiet. Well, that's destroying
delete the
government to see what they're doing so they can inform the public what the government is after and what they're really doing. Well, that's falling totally apart. I mean, look at Jim Rosen. In his case, they had him under subpoena for any number of years, trying to get him to tell the source of his information in the books and things he's published. Rosen. Well, under the press rules, he had the right to keep the sources confidential.
Didn't that come up during the Snowden, or how was that revealed? Or the James Rosen? Okay.
So they're attempting to destroy a free press, which is the next step in going to a totalitarian state.
If ever I can't remember exactly what the whole story is, I mean, I'm going to go Google it later. But, I mean, hey, if you want to pause this video and just go Google it right now, James Rosen, you know what I'm talking about?
So if we don't stand up, Americans, we're going to lose our country. We're going to lose the process that we hold dear, that at least a republic I had when I grew up. And that my father and his father before him had. I mean, we're going to lose it because we can't trust.
Yeah. And my father and his father before him, I mean, my dad was adopted. It's a weird history, but I mean, you have your history, I have mine. We all have our own. We're all our own people and persons and individuals. And when it comes to who's going to be the next president, again, poll says 54% want fresh face. In 2016. Now it's all in red. What was that all about? It's weird. Jeb refuses to rule out tax hikes. Oh, Well, that's great, Jeb Bush. Why don't you just run, instead of running on no new taxes, like say your father or brother, you'll run on there might be some taxes. You never know. Just elect me. Mag says past expiration dates. Clinton Foundation keeps donors secret. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. It's time for let's go back to DLAKE. Tonight's all about Bill Binney for president 2016. He's a former NSA whistleblower. He's blowing the whistle on the NSA and them creeping into our lives. I just bought a new monitor the other night. I got it last night. I got an LG. I was looking at the Samsung. The contrast was too sharp. The graphics were too jaggedy from sharpness. It was just, maybe they have the settings up too high. But then I remember that, oh, isn't Samsung the ones that want to put microphones and cameras into all their products, and just their fancy release is just like, oh, P.S. by the way, we record all your data. We listen to everything you say. Oh, we hear a dog barking? Dog food. We hear a cat meow and scratch on the carpet? Cat food. We see you smoking those cigarettes? Cigarette girls at the 7-Eleven. Hate those cigarette bitches. I mean, I love them, but I hate them. Why is the Drudge Report doing this weird red thing? They have all these weird red headlines. Their HTML is screwing up. Senator presses for info on Huma's special government status. Oh, Huma Abedin? Related to the Muslim Brotherhood, according to some news reports. Hillary Clinton's special aid. Special lesbo aid. Special vagina aid. Late at night on the private emails. See how viewers are dropping off when I start talking about that. Anyways, let me go back to screen share. It's much more appealing than watching me. Let's click on that. What? Oh, thank you. Drudge, refreshing. Thank you. Thank you, Drudge. Let's listen to William Binney some more. Come on, it's all about Bill tonight.
We cannot trust the government in what they're saying.
Wait, we cannot trust the government in what they're saying? Wait, what'd you say?
My father and his father before him had. I mean, we're going to lose it because we can't trust. We cannot trust the government in what they're saying. They, in fact, have been deliberately keeping us in the dark as to what's going on, and keeping a lot of Congress in the dark too. So by doing this complaining to
remember at the end of the second Alien vs. Predators movie, when like the sheriff and like a bunch of the people from the town, they're like, we're gonna go meet up because the government is gonna like save us on all these like choppers and jets and stuff. But then like the hardcore like main crew of the movie, they're like, no, that doesn't sound like it's really gonna happen. You trust the government? Are you serious? We're gonna try to get to the building, face off with some aliens and predators, try to get on that helicopter, fly the helicopter out of the area, and right before what we know is going to happen, which what you guys that trust the government don't know is going to happen, the government is just going to say, fuck it, and launch a nuclear bomb to destroy all the predators and aliens, or essentially to try to contain what could be a further outbreak. But I mean, what? Last year was riddled with news of Ebola, pandemics. We've been inundated with swine flus and bird flus and pork chop flus and your mama flus and the cow craziness and the cow madness and the mad cow disease and all the other, something about cows and being crazy. Like, don't eat that. And then like, it's like, don't eat McDonald's. And it's like, shit. And I was like asking my friend today, I'm like, if you worked or if you like lived in a neighborhood and it was just like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and Jack in the Box. Now I know not everyone might have those restaurants in their particular areas, but I asked my friend, like, which one would you go to the most often? I mean, those are your only choices. I mean, I don't know. All I can tell you is everyone's main answer is, I just like McDonald's for the fries. The fries are good. We looked up the double. She's like, oh, you know, they double fry the fries. I'm like, what? But it's like they blanch them. But then according to some sources, like they add chemicals. And then like someone says on Facebook that a McDonald's burger is only 13% like actual beef. And then McDonald's counter tweets, like McDonald's is tweeting now. McDonald's is at South by Southwest. Infowars tries to go out there with their Donald McRonald's. And reporters like Anthony Gucciardi try to, like, you know, just, you know, how many chemicals are in a 6-pack of chicken McNuggets? And like, look, we don't want to talk about that. We just want to record everything that you do, put it on file, and instead of a government, you know, we're not a country with a government. We're a GD government. The feds, the state is our gods and rulers and saviors, and we're just their country. We're their country now. We're like a dog, and they tell us what to do. So I think this guy for president, Bill Binney, it would be a good idea. I mean, yeah, he's not JFK handsome, but it doesn't look like he's going to be trying to get a lot of BJs in the Oval Office. It looks like he's going to take his job pretty seriously. I mean, he took his job seriously for years at the NSA before he blew the whistle, according to his interviews. I mean, or, you know, people hyping him up. I mean, this guy's got a genius, like, mathematical mind. What was that movie that just came out with Cumberbatch or Benedict? Yeah, the Cumberbatcher, where like he can like solve all the fucking puzzles. This guy can solve all the puzzles.
The Congress, you have at least an opportunity to change the process and the sequence of things and where it's headed. Short of that, I mean, you have to fire everybody in Congress. That's the only way to get rid of. You have to get rid of the bums because they're not living up to their oath of office, which is to protect and defend the Constitution.
Yeah, they're going to do a great job at that. Thank you, InfoWars.
Technologies and utilize the mobile phone to make it easy for everybody to use at the touch of a button. Cell says. Like these guys, Cell and others at Wickr they're trying to make Mission Impossible self-destruct messages. The message will self-destruct. You can create a text, picture, voice, or video. You set the time for how long you want that message to go. Then you send it to the other person. The time starts in seconds. They open the message.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about Wickr lately. Let's go look it up. Wickr. No E. Homer. We're doing this live, ladies and gentlemen, on my screen share. If you're just listening, I'm looking up WICKR.com. Escape the internet. Wickr. Top secret messenger. Get it on Google Play, App Store, available for your computer. Let's take a look. Wickr. Choice of millions. It looks like they're still doing pretty good. It's the Choice of Millions. It's featured in all these places. It's got all these announcements. They're doing all this stuff. Powered by the people. Looks like they got a bootstrap website that condenses on reshrink. All right, good stuff. I'm going to jack their whole fucking website. I'm working on my own website. Oh, yeah, I need a video too. All right, cool. Well, everyone check that Wickr out. I did a report about it back on December 4th, 2012.
That just means Buffdale is going to have to get a lot faster about grabbing your stuff so they can door for 10 years, and Binney's trying to blow the whistle on him. But
Binney.
you know what? This government's just running. They're trying to run right over us. And if you get on that enemies list and DLAKE, you know, hey, I might be pushing the envelope. They know everything about me. They read all my emails for the past 10 years.
What?
They know I have cats, kind of a romantic guy, an artist, all my communications with my new news team at the Media Speaks. They got all that. Well, I hope they do. And Binney encourages you to leave messages for the NSA in your email. And you know what? So do I. Tell these bastards to go to hell. Stop looking at what I'm doing. Leave me alone.
Oh yeah, tell those bastards to go. Look, yeah, back then 2 years ago, Binney was saying, President Binney was saying that you should leave private messages for the NSA, telling those bastards to go to hell.
And Binney encourages you to leave messages for the NSA in your email. And you know what? So do I. Tell these bastards to go to hell. Stop looking at what I'm doing. Leave me.
All right, it's getting a little skippy. Hey, thank you, everyone. Let me just go back to DLAKE one last time. Hey, thanks, guys, for watching, guys and gals. I don't know what I got to do to increase my female watcher ratio. Please comment down below if you're male or female watching. Oh, hey, hello, welcome. As you can see in the reflection behind me, the door is wide open. Everyone, thank you for joining me so much. I appreciate it. And if we can get Mr. Binney on the ballot, would you vote for him? Please leave yes or no in the comments. DLAKE for PREZ, themediaspeaks.com.